So these rocks apparently do nothing. I googled it, apparently they're for some quest to lead you to a chest that's down in the bottom of the quarry. I don't have the quest. Something about nightmare, so maybe it's a nightmare quest? That meant nightmare difficulty. It doesn't really matter. What we need to do is this stuff. We need to wait for events to unfold. I thought that maybe they'd point to the place of power. But I need to cross the mists. My problem is I am very concerned that we lose... No, we did the quest that we lost, didn't we? We did Flickering Heart, which is the one that we lost. Well, let's visit the guy later, so that's fine. Wait for events, that's the overarching quest for the game. Wait for events, use happy traps. Well, we've got all the happies on this side of the forest. Rose of Remembrance we don't have. We don't have Royal Blood, we don't have a source of power, but we know where it is. Find the Dumb Banner and Vandergrift's sword, then see Philippa about... Yeah, we've done that. Are we just waiting on Saskia waking up? Because we've given her the... I'm pretty sure we gave her the... herb. Yeah, we did. So we know that we can produce the Vran armor, we just don't have all the stuff yet. It is Place of Power, but it's on the other side of the thing. Which I might be able to run through, but I haven't got any protection against the Wraiths and the Dwergar. I guess it's this. And let's save the happy traps, because I don't want to have to buy more silver or mess around. They were bloody expensive, them. Yeah. At the risk, I'll save it before we go into Philippa's hut, but at the risk of losing a quest, I think it's time to do the Find Triss thing.
Yes, you're beautiful, my queen, my lady. You're a wondrous sight. All in your nest envy you.
Got any other work for me? I want you to have this feather. I have no use for it.
No, thank you. Neither do I.
Neither does this collector, you mean?
Yes, neither does he.
I wonder why he needed a specific number of feathers.
Perhaps to match the number of empty spaces in his feather album.
Don't see how that would matter.
It's immensely important.
Well, I guess I don't know much about collections. Pretty warm for this time of year.
It is colder usually, isn't it?
The mages must be up to something.
Oh, yes. They devise with experiments. Always changing the world. They'll botch it one day, and it'll be the end of us, I tell you.
I shudder to even think about it.
We're just gonna stand there looking at each other.
Where are you headed?
That was so worth it. Oh, this game is so silly at times. It's brilliant. It's wonderfully written. The characters are just weird. Well, some of the characters are just weird. Each to their own, though. You know, he's got a thing. He's got a fetish. Good for him. I'm glad he's living his best life. Right, now we can go to Philippa and save it, just in case there's a problem. I just need to remember how to get to Philippa. It's got rid of my quest again, hasn't it? That's Saskia.
Don't try anything.
Oh, what am I going to try, you moron? I want to be up there, don't I? Do I? I still don't understand this place. It's such a confusing maze.
So, you thought it over? I'm on my way to the recruiting station. Adam.
Right, that's just in case we lose a quest. I hope that we don't, but I don't want to be losing quests without getting any warning, so... Wild Heart?
Medallion.
You wanted to discuss something?
I found an immortelle.
Excellent.
I thought I'd already
You wanted to discuss something?
done that.
Your friend Sheila is conniving with Henselt.
I know this, Witcher, but it's no cause for concern. Sheila is there to ensure Henselt doesn't fall prey to the same people who killed Foltest. We don't want him as sovereign of the Pontar Valley, but we also don't need Kedwin to descend into civil war.
I don't know if I trust
There's
her.
proof that the Wild Hunt is a vast accumulation of the power. Something that would interest mages, you'd think.
To the mere mortal, anything that is not immediately comprehensible is suspect, the product of a conspiracy. And where there's a conspiracy, well, it's obvious mages must have hatched it.
I'm a mortal, though probably not a mere one. I found the notes of a man who spent his entire life...
Paranormal phenomena interests Cynthia, my intern. Take this up with her.
Okay, we can do that.
I've got Triss's bandana.
Have you learned anything?
Triss was here. Letho forced her to teleport.
Why would he? There are easier ways to travel.
We've had this
Two of Letho's comrades, probably those
we have had this
responsible for
conversation, but
Demiven's
we
death,
reverted
were
to
hiding
same,
among
didn't
the Scoia'tael. When it became evident in Flotsam that the Kingslayer wanted to dispose of Iorveth, the Scoia'tael leader gave the order to eliminate them. Letho had to reach the unit before the Elven messengers did. He could only do that by teleporting.
I assumed that Triss wanted to teleport to me, but she missed the mark and they ended up in the gullies. What happened next?
Letho left her in a gully, wounded. He probably thought that she'd diversify the local trolls' diet. He himself went to see the elves and massacred the unit with his comrades. They're somewhere on the other side of the fog.
What about Triss?
She escaped from the troll. Everything suggests she's somewhere in the area.
I can assure you she is not in Vergen.
She has to be here. Locate her.
I'll try, but it will take some time. Have you learned anything else?
Sheila ordered Letho and Triss killed.
I can't believe that.
Believe it. I ran into some mercenaries she enlisted to kill Letho and anyone found with him.
She must have meant the other Kingslayers. Are you sure she knew Triss was with him?
Are you so sure of Sheila? There was something going on between her and Triss. I sensed a lot of tension.
A misunderstanding.
Maybe. Let's find Triss and clear everything up.
I need some time. What's going on out there?
Let's see.
What's going on?
The peasants want to take pitchforks to King Demavend's son.
Why?
The Dragonslayer's servant is spreading rumors that Stennis poisoned Saskia. The commoners are in an uproar. They want to dispense justice.
Where's the prince?
Barricaded himself in his room, guarded by nobles. For the moment, the peasants are still respectful, but they are feverish. A fight is inevitable. Help us out. The situation is dire. I'm going to inform the other nobles.
I'm not sure if Prince Stennis is guilty, but I wouldn't be surprised if he was involved.
Power. The object of dark desire.
Let's go, before this dark desire becomes too strong and someone gets hurt.
You go. I'll locate Triss. And
Works for
should
me.
anything happen to Prince Stennis, remember, we need his blood.
I remember.
Right, so new quest phase on Triss, wait for events to unfold. Royal blood is stop the peasants from lynching the prince. Well, as long as we get his blood. We didn't lose any quests. Right, amazing. Oh, we leveled up twice. One vitality, 1 damage to humans, and 1 bonus to signs. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely a thing. Oh, we can do it. Nice. I now have... Oh, it's group finishes. Wait, hold on. Have I done this wrong? Oh, for God's sake, it's there. Can I take those points back? No, I can't. Oh, for God's sake. I thought it was that one, but it's not. It's that. Ah. Doesn't matter. Let's mutate these so we have them. We have greater... Oh, plus 10 vitality's nice. That'd be nice if it was better. Plus 5% range on signs is good. Madness seemed... 1 damage to signs, not really. I think that's good. Let's put the vitality on it. Because that is the vitality node. And this is group finishes, so let's stick... We have another one of those. It's only lesser, but crit effects could be nice. Could just do extra damage. I know it's a bit of a cop-out, but it's what I've got. And it's nice to get some extra damage anyway. Right, let's go and stop the lynching.
So, you thought it over?
Or clean up the mess afterwards. I'm not entirely sure where it's going to go. If he is part of this...
She's dead.
You're stupid. She just fell unconscious. The White Wolf will save her.
Rumours are flying around. Interesting. No wonder this is kicking off in civil war. This is exactly what Henselt wants.
Serfs and lords will never be on the same.
Geralt! It's good to see you.
The commoners claim Stennis is involved in Saskia's poisoning. They're looking to slaughter him.
What's stopping them?
The knights, Adernian noble lords.
Not easy to raise a hand against a blue blood.
A peasant by the name of Calton was at the council. He didn't seem to respect anything or anyone.
Calton's a blackguard. He'll use any excuse to raid and plunder.
He has a taste for noble blood. They say he buries gold looted from the lords in some gorge. Looks like things are getting nasty.
Hear me! What do you want? I'm Scalen Burden. I keep order in Vergen.
Or doing a nice job then? Where was you when they poisoned Saskia?
Give us the prince! Get the flails!
Stop!
Iorveth!
Squirrels! Everyone who wants to leave this yard in one piece, keep your hands off your weapons. I don't care if you're a serf or a lord. I'll kill you all if need be.
What's going on?
The servant carrying wine during the feast said that Prince Sternes and Olgan poisoned Saskia. We want justice!
You want revenge. It's not the same thing.
We don't care. Saskia's fallen as if dead, while the poisoning prince and noble lords rush to herd us onto the field and sell us to Henselt. We won't let them!
You lie, Calton. Nobody's being sold out. The poisoner must be caught and tried by law.
Your law? What then? He'll pay a fine and get spanked on his ass? We'll spank him all right, with an axe to the throat!
Where's this servant?
Safe. The Scoia'tael keep an eye on him.
Why is the prince hiding in his house if he's innocent?
Enough! I'll shoot the first to reach for a weapon. Then heads will start falling.
There's more of us. You can't kill every...
Then you'll be first. Now back off! We need to act quickly.
What's your plan?
I'll frighten them a little. Bleed them if need be. I'll buy you some time, but be swift. I can't hold them off for long. Question the peasants and the nobles, and talk to the dwarves. Maybe you can get to meet Stennis.
Even if he's guilty, I'm sure he's prepared a suitable story.
You'll know how to sort the sheep from the goats. Also, find the servant who started talking so suddenly. You won't have time to talk to everyone, though, that's for sure.
Humans only care how their asses rise as their stations do.
They're playing into Henselt's hands.
If not for that damned Iorveth, the serfs would probably be hanging the prince.
I need to talk to the servant.
If you found proof of Stennis' guilt.
Let's block out everybody else.
But you see what they did to her?
If not for that damned Iorveth,
Guilt must be proven. Otherwise,
It's
it's
due to see
vigilante
someone's
justice.
taking
Say,
Witcher, come over here.
Give us this horsepower!
Say,
Why is he
come over
lingering
here.
about? Like the stench in a dwarven hovel?
Those witchers be craving gold. This one's sure to say the prince is innocent, then sting Stennis for a pouch.
He better search for a lad who served the Virgin instead of pissing around.
Yeah, once done with the prince, he'd better take care of the magnets, throwing their weight about too much they are.
You know Saskia's servant?
Willie of the Oblates. He handled the wine, indeed, but loves the Virgin like a sister and mother put together.
He'd gladly get quartered for her.
Where's this Willie of yours?
Hiding in his shack, afraid of them lords. Squirrels guard him.
The prince stood right next to Saskia during the council. Did he have access to the wine cellar beforehand?
How should I know?
Why flap your mouth then?
The prince is a wealthy lord.
Bribing a skivvy to poison the wine is nothing to him.
Just because someone can afford gold teeth doesn't mean they'll pull their healthy ones. What's it really all about? Who's backing you?
We want justice.
We don't need no one backing us. We knows what to do.
How would you punish the prince?
If a lad counts hens wrong, he'll be flogged. What should we then do with a man poisoning others?
Kill him.
A land without a ruler is a nightmare.
We have a ruler, the Virgin of Eden.
It's not certain she'll live.
Then we'll choose another who'll manage. But he must be one of us lads. That way he'll understand us.
And all people is gonna be equal. Our way.
And the non-humans?
Not sure that's
We
equal.
have enough down on the fields. Let non-humans find a non-human land.
Away with them!
You're all idiots.
Farewell.
Give us this horsepower.
Rolling dung, you silly
Say, Witcher,
dog.
come over here. It's good to see someone's taking care of it. A sickle to your throat.
I need to speak to the peasant.
Witcher side with?
He's on very good terms with that damned elf.
Maybe he has good intentions.
I don't know if I'm on terms with that elf at all.
Nobody'll believe me anyway.
Willie!
I've been looking for you.
I don't know you.
You caused quite a commotion. Afraid of something?
No, nothing.
You're lying.
I didn't do nothing. Didn't say nothing, don't know nothing, and didn't see nothing.
Tell me everything you know about the attempt on Saskia's life.
I heard the priest talking with the prince. This goody-goody said the Virgin is really a beast under her fair skin.
What priest?
Olcan, the one killed.
So there's no way I can check if you're lying.
I swear on my mother's grave I speak the truth.
What else did you hear? Tell me.
I was put in Saskia's room in order when the priest came to the prince's chamber next door. They wasn't speaking loud, but I heard the priest say, "Just clear the servants from the kitchen." Nothing more. Reverend Olcan, only he could tell you how it was, beginning to end.
The dead aren't very talkative.
What about what they leave behind? There may be clues or some such.
Maybe.
What should I do, he say?
Squirrels, witches, an army led by a woman.
The gods, who needs this?
Where's
Get used to
Cecil?
it. Lady Saskia
Says someone cast a spell, and the Virgin fell as if dead.
I don't see the point in talking to anybody else. I just need to speak to
The
Cecil.
commoners claim it's our prince's doing.
It's good to see someone's taking care of it.
Cecil? No. Cecil? No.
Give us this
Say,
horsepower!
Witcher, come over here.
Rolling dung, you surly dog.
Change your tone when we put a sickle to your throat.
Say,
Save your threats for your hog-smelling woman.
I need Cecil.
The prince has it coming, methinks.
Good. Bloody bastard poisoned the Virgin.
Why isn't... Cecil was here, so why isn't he in the room?
Serfs and lords will never be on the same side. Such
Humans
judgment
only
is
care
above
how
their
their
station.
asses rise as their stations do.
They're playing into Henselt's hands. If they start at each
If
other's
not for
throats,
that damn
we'll
Iorveth,
the
the
entire
serfs would
table
probably be
alone.
hanging the prince.
Can't mix water with fire. And you see what they did?
I know I've accidentally found him in the past. Why is he in his house?
Fell unconscious.
He should be in there helping. Should he not? Oh, he's given up.
They lie in wait for their lord and prince. Humans are an odd lot. I certainly hope Scalen can clean up this mess. What can I do for you, Witcher?
I need to know where Reverend Olcan used to live.
Simple. Let me show you on the map. It's about right here. See you, Governor.
I mean, yeah. You'd think he'd ask why. But, like, it's told us time is running short. I'm expecting Iorveth to get trigger happy soon. Where's his room? Oh, it's all the way over there. God damn it.
You say she is dead.
She's not dead, she's just sleeping. She's having a quiet rest. She's sick of your crap. You don't want to talk to you no more. Just give her some time and she'll be alright. I'm adding my own sound effects now, that's how tired I am.
They say someone cast a spell.
Yeah, this way.
Don't try anything.
I'll say it again. Humans are strange.
I mean, it makes sense he was in the human enclave.
How do you see it?
This is the elven
Do the
enclave.
gods
No, this is the
favour
human
Lady
enclave.
Saskia, as she claims. Gods never favour rebellion. Seek to topple them.
Strange aura.
Vulcan's notes. Surely I can interact with that as well. What do you mean wait for events to unfold? What is that? Some sort of cup? Why can't I interact with that book as well? Surfer's not only a loose tongue, but also keen ears. He had heard Stennis talking to Olcan, the priest he favoured. He even remembered one sentence, just call the servants out to the kitchen, nothing more. I think I need to speak to Stennis.
How do you see it, Reverend? Do the gods favour Lady...
But I don't know if he's... well, I don't trust him. But if his back's against the wall, maybe he'll tell me the truth.
At your service. See, when they're to marry, they become terrible.
This should be the place.
You're stupid. She just
Yes.
fell unconscious. My wolf will save her.
I heard...
Shut your trap if you don't know what's going on.
They're just stupid. She fell unconscious. The White Wolf will save her. So they're now pinning this on me.
That's a witcher, not you.
Well, they're pinning their hopes on me, so if it fails, they're going to kick off on me as well.
Give us
Say,
this whole
Witcher,
flower!
come over here.
Rolling dung, you surly dog!
You will change your tone when we put a sickle to your throat.
Save your threats for your hog-smelling woman.
Say, Witcher, come over here.
Oh, he's changed his name now.
Things look bad. The peasants are furious. They finally have a chance to strike back for all the wrongs.
The noblemen won't yield.
They're a cowardly lot.
They know their heads will follow Stennis's.
It's a deadlock, with the prince's guilt still to be proven.
Yarpin says it's someone from Edom. Sheldon, on the other hand, would shave his beard if it's not Hensel's spies.
Anyone reached the prince in his chamber?
Not even close. The nobles guard him like a matron does her ward's hiney.
If the rabble slaughters the prince, there'll be no stopping them. They'll start doing things their own nasty way.
That's why the nobles will support the prince even if they believe he's guilty.
I'm sure Stennis's hands are dirtier than a peasant girl's fucked in a barn.
That's one way of putting it.
Give us this hornplower!
Rolling dung, you surly dog!
You are changed.
What do you want?
Witcher, come over here. We of noble birth always had to protect the plebs from their own stupidity. If not for us, the world...
I don't have time to listen to songs praising the nobility. Know anything about the attempt on Saskia's life?
No, I don't. But whatever the truth, the mob cannot lynch one of royal blood.
So truth means nothing to you. That's what makes us different.
I didn't say I don't care about truth. Just keep in mind there's a world order that mustn't be destroyed.
An order that allows injustice.
If the prince turns out to be involved in this attempted murder, he should face a tribunal. The rabble doesn't understand the principles ruling the world.
Or they do understand them and simply don't like them.
Saskia is a wise woman, but there's one thing she doesn't take into consideration. This war will be over one day. Who will sow the crops and milk the cows then? Saskia called the serfs to arms. Do you think they'll want to plough fields again?
You may be right, but it's certainly not my business who'll plough your fields. Farewell.
Save your threats for your hog-smelling woman.
Radagast. Who am I supposed to be? I wanted to talk to him, but he won't talk to me.
Give us this hornplower!
Rolling dung, you surly dog!
You will change your tone when we put a sickle to your throat. The prince has it coming, me.
Greetings, Gwynblade.
Anything changed?
Not really. The peasants keep hollering. The noblemen stubbornly guard their chieftain.
Good. Bloody bastard poisoned the Virgin.
Can I just go in?
I'd gladly hear your opinion on the situation.
Finally! Someone reasonable. It's obvious Henselt bribed some serf, who then did what he was told.
The local peasants love Saskia.
Those surly dogs would gleefully accept a heavy pouch. Show me a serf with any sense of honor.
That's interesting.
Just think it through. The prince couldn't have done it. The wine was in plain sight. Only the servants touched the decanters, and who are they? Commoners. Then that same commoner incited his folk to stand against the nobles and the prince.
Something to think about.
Give us this hornplower! Enough of this charade!
Try to be reasonable, folks. Sit down and talk in peace.
We've talked enough! Come on, lads,
I
let's
couldn't
drag
get
the prince
Stennis.
from his hovel!
Vergen's not a cesspit for anyone to shit in. There are laws to abide, and Scalen Burden's job is to uphold them.
There's no law allowing a serf to threaten a king's scion. I, Silgrat, brother of Seltkirk, the greatest knight to walk Edirnian lands, say so.
Does it matter who was born in a castle and who in a pigsty? Any fool can prejudge and condemn. It's easier to accuse than to prove guilt.
A peasant servant claims that Prince Stennis supposedly attempted to kill Saskia. Why would the prince do such a dastardly deed? Bear in mind how eminent is his lineage.
That's why! The mongrel covets the crown!
Do you even remember how valorous he was towards Saskia during the negotiations with Henselt?
Pretending to be with her he was, sly fox. Taking the simple peasants in. But us lads ain't so dumb as you lords think.
See for yourselves how the commoners hate the prince, spitting venom like adders. They hatched a plot to dispose of him.
Saskia's servant said that...
Where is this servant, might I ask? If he's got something to say, why does he hide like a thief? The answer is simple. He's a fraud.
He's hiding to save his skin from you, whoresons. Squirrels have to guard him.
One last question. How could the prince poison Saskia? It's a known fact that servants taste wine from the barrels before the Virgin sips it.
It's not clear how the prince poisoned the wine, but that doesn't mean he didn't do it.
Stennis is blowing hot and cold. Everyone knows that.
You were supposed to prove his guilt, not insult him, yokel.
Tell us who else would do it. A peasant wanted to hurt the miss? Never. It's cause of her you noble dogs can't ignore us. A pig won't cut its own throat. A peasant's not foolish enough to raise his hand against his saviour.
Perhaps it is no peasant's deed. However, that doesn't mean the prince is guilty, fool.
Answer me this. Was not Stennis' room next to Saskia's? Do not the wines come from his own lice-ridden cellar? Can he not enter the Virgin's kitchen at will? Yes. His serene dumbhead the prince can, curses on his kin. Nobody in Bergen wants to kill Saskia. And even if they wanted, nobody but Stennis could do it.
You're wrong, Colton. Reverend Olkin wanted to get rid of Saskia. He thought she was a monster at heart.
Olkin was on Stennis' leash like a dog.
How dare you, lout! Do you imagine if someone sits next to a married lady, he's surely fucking her?
The priest tried to convince Prince Stennis to join the conspiracy.
Is Stennis some dimwit foundling that he dances to a lousy priest's tune?
Yes.
Olcan got what he deserved when Hensel cleaved his head. Now it's Stennis' time.
There is no proof the prince agreed.
The priest asked him for admittance to the kitchen.
So he didn't poison the Virgin himself, but allowed her to be poisoned.
Those are just words. Too much guesswork and not enough evidence. You can't convict anyone based on that.
Come on, Stennis.
Your Highness, this is dangerous.
I am not afraid. Fear is a commoner's trait, unfit for one with royal blood running in his veins. What do you want, to judge me? Is a prince a common thief who steals a dozen eggs at the market? You stand before royal majesty, and you raise your hands against it. In this world there are crimes that can be forgiven, and crimes that, by any means, cannot. Just as a mother killing her own child, or a man slitting his own brother's throat cannot be forgiven. A crime against one anointed by the gods themselves also cannot be condoned. He who raises hand against divine right is not worthy to walk this world. And what about he who poisons the Virgin of Edern? Firstly, Saskia is alive, so no one can blame me for her death. Secondly, you have no proof that it was I who tried to murder her. And thirdly, I assure all gathered here, I won't rise above the law. However, only she, the Virgin of Edern, can judge me. Can it? And if Saskia won't get well, who's gonna judge you? I believe she can be cured. But if the gods decide otherwise, we'll summon a coven of the wise who can pass just sentence.
Those are words worthy of a true sovereign!
Oh, shut up.
I am the one you should look to for guidance. Let my deeds be the flame that lights up your darkness.
I don't know if he's guilty.
The prince has a right to a fair trial, no matter if he's guilty or not. We can't deny him that. What will the peasants do if we hand them the prince? Will they hear him out? No. They'll hang him from the nearest tree or tear him limb from limb. What will happen if we allow a lynching? What if people see that might makes right? Who'll guarantee they won't desire to avenge their wrongs, real and imagined? Who'll protect people whose only fault is noble birth from the exasperated mob? And where will it lead?
What have I done? Oh, he's been arrested.
The peasants are furious.
They didn't dare mount a frontal attack.
But they haven't forgotten about Stennis, and won't. It'll be that way until Saskia regains consciousness.
She won't keep order by strength alone.
Unless it's a great strength.
We need an authority figure, and royal blood.
5 courts go to waste in the Dwarven dungeon at the moment.
There's also Henselt.
Going into that haunted mist is madness. Stealing Stennis away would be easier.
No. Anything involving Stennis will cause a riot.
I've had enough of the peasants and nobles barking. Saskia's the best leader I know, but she can't hope to defeat Henselt's army with this rabble, which is why I'm going to get reinforcements.
Where?
4 Scoia'tael units await in hiding to the east. Time to summon them.
You'll make it in time?
I must.
I agree. Oh, we now have to get Henselt's blood. God. I'm okay with Stennis being under guard, locked in a cell. I'm not okay with them killing him just yet. She is up there, isn't she? I really wanted to speak to Stennis, but he wouldn't have spoken to me, would he? So there's probably a way to find out, but I also need to speak to her in turn. Oh, hey up. Oh God, come on!
I tried locating Triss, but the mist disrupts the megascope. There's a weak signal nearby, probably on the other side.
In the Kedweni camp?
You'll have to pass through the mist.
There's no time to lose.
I'm continuously scanning the battlefield. I'll show you the way through. I'll find you when you enter the mist.
Farewell, then.
We still need royal blood.
I know. Henselt.
We need his blood, not his death.
How many times do I have to tell you I'm not a Kingslayer?
Where is your, There we go.
I'm trying to learn something about the Wild Hunt.
Very interesting phenomenon. Like all mysterious things.
Willing to share what you know?
Well, I would be. Provided you found the notes of Morton Collis first. He devoted almost his entire life to researching the hunt. We could go into detail if you had his scribblings.
I found Morton Collis's notes.
So, let's see what you've learned.
Well, there are a few documented facts, but Collis notes the existence of plenty of myths and legends.
Very true. Where shall we start, then?
Collis claims the hunt's appearance can be predicted by observing the Orcan Nebula.
And eclipses affect how often it appears. In any case, it arrives on the winter solstice, though not necessarily every year.
Collis calculated that the hunt slips into our world in those years when the nebula is in the eastern sky. When I pursued the hunt, I passed through many abandoned villages.
Well, the Wild Hunt abducts young people.
What for?
The Wraith might need workers, warriors, or meat.
Collis seems to favor the slave theory. People say the hunt's appearance is an omen of war.
In our times, wars are so frequent, we might even consider flights of honking geese as their harbinger. The hunt traverses our world in winter. Wars usually break out in spring, but only because rulers wish their soldiers to die in battle, rather than of cold.
What's the sorceress's take on the hunt?
The topic makes them uneasy. Since the Council and Conclave banned the use of mind spells, the Wild Hunt has been a taboo topic.
There's some link between mental spells and the cavalcade?
Both addle the brain. Anyone who has come in contact with the Wild Hunt has experienced mental instability that either takes the form of insanity or amnesia. You see, the Wraiths emit a magnetic field that severely distorts perception and impedes brain functions.
Wow.
First and foremost, Collis studied the hunt's movement.
Oh, it's well known that the Wild Hunt moves north to south, never in the opposite direction.
That's what I remember, and Collis's research confirms it. I'm just having trouble understanding why that is.
The retinue's trajectory brings it into our world at the North Pole. Thus, once here, the Wraiths can only move south.
Like magnets.
Let's summarize.
Based on his observations and calculations of the Wild Hunt's movements, Collis arrived at two equally important conclusions. The first was that the hunt is made up of knights who perished in various worlds and have reconvened as a retinue of vengeance. His second hypothesis states that an unknown, extremely powerful force multiplies Wraiths, whose task is to travel between worlds in search of slaves. Both theories seem probable.
Each time someone runs into the hunt, the Wraith's magnetic field causes their mind to descend into chaos. By inference, another meeting with the hunt and its field should reverse the effects of the first.
Perhaps. Someone who lost their memory or their mind on their first meeting with the Hunt could recover either on the second meeting. But I'm afraid that's unproved. Anyone who has managed to escape the Wraiths would rather die than meet them again.
So, you can lose or recover your memory by meeting the Wild Hunt.
Do you know something I don't?
I have amnesia, but my memory's been coming back since a certain event.
Since when?
Since I killed a Spectre, the king of the Wild Hunt. You know Sheila?
I've seen her cast spells. I've seen all the great sorceresses at work.
This is wildly off
Sheila's
topic.
Quite.
Is that your...
We agree. Tris
That's interesting.
Kiramen. Then...
I take it...
Ambition.
We've gone through all that. That was really interesting. Learning more about the Wild Hunt is... Wild Hunt. Fascinating. I'm looking forward to getting into 3 with this sort of newfound knowledge that I have. Because I'd either forgotten or just not learned any of this.
So, thought it over. I'm on my way.
What's the quickest way to get to the gate? Oh no, the geese are honking. It's time for war. I feel like I'm starting to learn the layout of this land, and now I've said that, I'm going to get completely lost when we return, aren't I?
Don't try anything.
Shut up. I do think I know the layout
I'll say it
of
again. Humans are strange.
the other side, though. Who are you? Nobody that wants to talk to me. I might put some... I might put some potions on to go through. Not Hanged Man. What was the Wraith one? Spectre Oil. Makes sense. That's fine. I don't want to waste my mutagens. That one. Save the diamond dust. And this one. But yeah, use the Scalerum. Yeah. Make 2. So that gives me something. I might not have to use a potion, but I definitely want to use oil. Just so we can burn through the wraiths. But potions and things are something that I very rarely use, so we should maybe use them every now and then. Okay, perfect. Let's get all prepped.